Welcome to IT Learning, the place where everyone can learn the basics of the IT world. Today, we're diving into the fascinating realm of internet security with a focus on SSL. But what exactly does SSL mean? SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer, a term that might sound a bit technical, but don't worry, we'll break it down to its simplest form. In essence, SSL is like a protective shield. Imagine sending a letter in a sealed envelope versus a postcard. SSL is that sealed envelope for your data, making sure it gets from your computer to the website you're visiting without anyone else peeking in. It's the technology that establishes a secure connection between a web server and a browser, ensuring that all data passed between them remains private and integral. So, at its core, SSL is a technology that establishes a secure connection between a web server and a browser. Now, you might be wondering why SSL is so important. The internet is an amazing place, full of information and opportunities, but it's also a place where sensitive data is constantly being transferred back and forth. Think about the times you've entered your credit card details to make a purchase, or when you filled out a form with your personal information. All these instances involve the transfer of sensitive data that you wouldn't want falling into the wrong hands. That's where SSL comes into play. SSL, or Secure Sockets Layer, is like the silent guardian of the internet. It's the technology that keeps your online interactions safe and secure, ensuring that the data you send over the internet remains private. Imagine sending a letter through the post. Without an envelope to protect it, anyone can read its contents. SSL acts as that protective envelope for your online data, encrypting it so that only the intended recipient can read it. So when you're sending your credit card details to buy that cool gadget online, SSL makes sure that information goes directly to the online store and nowhere else. But SSL doesn't just stop there, it also verifies the identity of websites. Have you ever clicked on a website only to be greeted with a warning that the site might not be secure? That's SSL at work, warning you that the website's identity can't be confirmed. In other words, it's a safety net, protecting you from potentially harmful sites. But what happens if there's no SSL? Well, without SSL, your data is sent over the internet in plain text. This means that anyone with the right tools can intercept and read your information. It's like sending your letter without an envelope for all to see. This can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and a whole lot of headaches. Therefore, SSL plays a crucial role in maintaining the privacy and integrity of data exchanged on the internet. It's like the unsung hero of the web, working behind the scenes to keep your online interactions safe and secure. So next time you go online, remember the importance of SSL, because it's the guardian of your internet journey. So, how does SSL work to provide this secure connection? You might wonder. Well, let's dive right into it. SSL operates through a process known as the SSL handshake, which isn't as complicated as it sounds. Picture this. Two people meeting for the first time, extending hands in greeting. That's essentially what happens when your browser, or client, connects to a secure server. They shake hands to agree on how they'll communicate securely during your session. This handshake starts with the client saying, "Hello, let's talk securely." The server responds with its SSL certificate, a digital document that verifies its identity. The client checks this certificate against a list of trusted certificate authorities to ensure it's legit. If it gets the thumbs up, the client sends back an encrypted secret key using the server's public key. Now here's where the magic happens. The server decrypts the secret key using its private key, and from that point forward, all data exchanged between the client and server is encrypted using that secret key. This means that anyone intercepting the information would see only a jumbled mess, as the data can only be decrypted using the agreed secret key. But what about the role of SSL certificates, you ask? Well, these are like digital passports. They are issued by certificate authorities, who act like a trusted third party. These certificates contain key details: the domain name, the owner, the location, and, most importantly, the public key used during the handshake. This is how the client knows the server is who it claims to be. In essence, SSL uses a combination of public key cryptography and secret key cryptography to secure data. The handshake uses public key cryptography, then, for the actual data transfer, it switches to secret key cryptography, which is faster. In simple terms, SSL takes your data, wraps it in unbreakable coding to prevent unauthorized access, and safely delivers it to the intended recipient. So the next time you see HTTPS in your address bar or a padlock icon, remember the intricate process that's keeping your information secure. But how can you tell if a website is using SSL protection? Well, it's simpler than you might think. When you navigate to a website, take a quick glance at the URL. If it starts with HTTPS, then that's a good sign. The S in HTTPS stands for secure, indicating that the website uses SSL to encrypt any data you share with it. But there's another thing you should look for, and that's the padlock symbol. You'll find this little icon in the address bar of your browser, right next to the URL. When you see this padlock, it means the website has an SSL certificate, which is essentially a digital stamp of approval that the site's encryption is up to standard. The padlock might look different depending on the browser you're using, but its meaning remains the same. It's a symbol of security and trust. If you click on this padlock, you can even view more details about the website's SSL certificate. Remember, these signs, the HTTPS and the padlock, are crucial to look for before you share any sensitive information online. Whether you're entering your credit card details for online shopping or filling out a form with personal information, these SSL indicators should be your go-to checks for online safety. So, next time you go online shopping or enter any personal information on a website, make sure to check for these SSL indicators. And there you have it, a simple breakdown of what SSL is and why it's so important in our digital world. Remember, SSL is all about safeguarding your online activities, making the internet a safer place for you. It's the security guard of the digital world, checking credentials and ensuring only the right people get access. So next time you spot that padlock symbol, you'll know you're in safe hands. To continue learning new IT knowledge, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment about which topic you'd like a video on.